All right, so while I'm thinking of it, let's go ahead and do a gardening update. The apples are kind of thin right now. The last frost got a lot of the blooms. We do have a few up there, and I've been running squirrels out already. I'll be transplanting our rosemary and our echinacea up here to the front, along with the ephedra and a couple other herbs that we got out in the backside. The oregano and the mint are going crazy, and of course the kiwis. Now, if y'all didn't catch the video from before, these kiwis have been in the ground for 10 years. Finally had them full of fruit, but then the birds ate all the baby fruit off of them, so I don't get any kiwis this year. Ooh, I got peppers. Okay, so I got a couple of cayennes. I've got some jalapenos and some habaneros. Come off of there. And of course, I just picked this big old cucumber a second ago. My jalapenos are absolutely freaking loaded. I'm just waiting for them all to start getting that crackly and start getting that red sheen to them, because that's when they really start getting ripe and you start getting a sweet taste to them. I don't see any fruit yet on the hobs, but there are blooms. You can see them down there, they've started. So hopefully soon I'll have fruit. We just aren't going to talk about the elderberries this year. That thing needs trimmed out so bad. Those things have suffered. Yeah, they'll get cleaned up for next year. Aronias have got a lot of berries loaded on them, and the June bugs have already been through. Some of them are already starting to turn purpley. If you don't know what an aronia is, it's similar to a black currant, but a little bit more tart. Great in oatmeal, high in antioxidants and all that kind of stuff. Then we have the beautyberry. Look at all those. These things get these beautiful amethyst colored berries. You can eat them. Tend to be a little on the astringent side, but they make great for bird feed. They're like the last berry around at the end of the year. Key limes. I'm thinking that next year will actually be big enough to produce fruit. Downside with key limes, look at the thorns. Come on, zoom in or focus. See, look how big that is. That thing's massive. You don't want to get hit by it. But we'll have citrus. We've hit that time of year for the horseradish to kind of drop down, and it's okay. It'll go down, it'll do its thing. Come fall, about November, I'll actually harvest after all the tops are dead, and we'll get the most strength out of the flavoring. Both pomegranates are in a recycle state. Every so often, every couple of years, I think it's every 3 or 4 years, they will dead everything on top and they'll start fresh. That's what that is down there. So I got to trim all this dead stuff out, throw it into the compost, and refresh them. So next year we should get fruit again. Have y'all noticed that I like my fruit? Well, you know, not only is it great to eat, and I can walk out here and have my own fresh fruit to just nibble on and whatever in the garden, but we can save it, freeze it, preserve it, or I can turn it into booze. And most of y'all know that I make honey mead, and what better way to flavor than with fruit? Oh, and the figs up front, they're already loaded. We are going to have a overabundance of figs this year. So back to the other stuff. So far so good on the bananas. We actually had fingerlings started last year, but that frost killed off the flowers. We will see. We got more babies coming out. And warning, if you plant bananas, you see what they do. They spread. They will go everywhere. But you got to be in the right climate. We can get fingerling bananas. The neighbors do down the street where I got these from. And hopefully this one right here is the one that's going to be producing them for me this year. Blueberries are pitiful. Got a few berries. Birds have been getting them. This is not the spot for them. I got to find a better spot. And well, this evil privet decided to kill one of the blueberries. So I got to cut that thing down. This one, that one's not doing half bad. And that one over there is just pitiful. Now, I know I have mentioned our compost system more than a few times. Just happened to be we had the space, we had the materials to use, and you know it's recycling. Hold on, I'll show you. So the compost bin is made up, to start with, the pad that it's on are chunks of concrete from when we put the addition on the back of the house, and they cut the old porch off and part of the old driveway and stuff like that before building. Well, those slabs we shoved out here with the tractor. We concreted in between the seams so it sealed it up, and then I poured pads. You can see the two end here, they're kind of raised up. That's because I poured a pad in there to make it smooth. I I need to do that one before I go any further. Okay, I need concrete. Forgot about that. And then I took the leftover cinder block from the construction, built 3 bins. We emptied this one this year. This went into the garden. This one's cooking. That's last year's fill. That's the one. What the hell? I'm gonna beat a child. Okay, sometimes when you're telling youngins certain things, I guess you gotta be absolutely specific. Tell them to come out here and dump some stuff into the compost. Well, he did. Then he left the trash. Needless to say, we're gonna have us a little talk when we get inside. But that bin is the active bin that we're filling right now. And at the end of the year, we'll start filling this one, which we already kind of did. I need to clean it out, and I'll do that concrete bit so that it's all nice and smooth. But so far, working out beautifully. Thick, rich, dark black soil. We throw our paper, we shred our waste paper and stuff like that, toss it in there. All the straw and chicken poop and all that goes into it. All the household waste, the food waste and stuff goes into it. Even the meat, I don't care. If the possums and coons want to come around, possums I don't mind. Possums will eat ticks, so I don't mind them coming around. Coons, I don't really mind them either. But the cats keep most critters down. Now, one of the reasons I got the cats is because we did have a rise in mice and rats at one point. So it's a balance. Don't kill your neighborhood cats unless you want to see a rise in rodents. And then we have Pip. Hello, Pip. Are you having a good day today? Yeah? Come at me again. Me and you gonna have words with a stew pot. Yep, so the girls are doing good. They're producing eggs. These Marins. Okay, so let's see, which one are you? Okay, this is Pepper right down below Pip, and then Sugar's over yonder. Picked these up from JD, and they produce some wonderful eggs. They produce a lot of eggs. Unfortunately, Sadie and Phil, they're of an older batch. I'm not sure which one's actually still laying, but one of them is done. So it's gonna be stew pot time, probably. Next, we've got the plum. No fruit this year. Last frost got it. Or, well, I don't know if it's last frost, but frost got it. That plum did not make the transfer from out front. Then, my god-awful mess of a blackberry row. I got to get in here and finish cleaning it out. This is not a major year, so we got a good bunch of berries, but it's not as many as can be produced. With this particular batch of berry brambles, these are thornless, and this one here is coming up this year. It's fresh this year. This will produce fruit next year. This one that's producing fruit will be a dead bramble that I'll cut out and I'll trim out. And you see, I didn't get everything. That's one from last year that needs trimmed out. There's a brand new cane. But these things, they just keep going and going and going. I got to get rid of that one. But I love my blackberries, and they will go and wherever you let them drop. If I let that set on the ground, it's going to root. So I'm going to have to make sure and rope it up in here and wind it in. Makes it a little difficult for cutting them out, but if you cut it into sections next year, it comes out fairly easy. Okay, now we get to the veggie rows, and yeah, we've been busy with cons. I think most of y'all know because you've been around, and the weeds caught up on us. So we got the sweet peas that are producing pods left and right, and dear God, there's weeds. And we got cucumbers. Yay, cucumbers, look at that. That's a beast. But they're coming up good, and now that they've got the weeds out of there, they can breathe a little bit. Oh, more blooms, that's good. These here are burpless, the burpless English style, because that's what Meg can eat without it tearing her up. I don't know, whatever it is, regular cucumbers just destroy her guts. Then we have our tomatoes, which are, they're doing okay. Remember that con thing had been busy? Yeah, so they're doing good. Lots of tomatoes, lots more tomatoes. Getting things weeded out so we can get some mulch in here. And well, these 2 rows didn't get cages in time. I'm working on getting them all cleaned up and staked, tied off so we can get fruit going. I ended up knocking off 3 green tomatoes, but that's okay because I'll fry those things up a little bit later. Can't have a garden without Tommy Toes in there. Turnip greens. and well, turnips, and those will be ready to harvest here soon. See how they're starting to go to seed? Those should be plenty big. I bet that thing's huge down there. And then we got space turnips, at least that's what we call them. If you've never had kohlrabi, these are weird looking space turnips. Of course, the thing isn't going to focus for crap. They taste a lot like a turnip. They've got kind of a texture like cabbage, sort of. All in all, they're really good. They're good to munch on, and you can take the leaves and use them, not to mention the turnip leaves, for kimchi ferment or a kraut. They do perfectly fine. Even the turnips themselves work good, just like horseradish in a kraut or kimchi. Just adds flavor, adds boldness if you like that kind of thing. Then we have the ever-present squash that will never stop producing. Oh, I got a couple of about ready to pick. And then there's my mustard green bed. Let it go to seed. So once they go to seed, I'll shake those down into the soil and let them propagate. That way I can establish the bed. I do have a little bit of weeding to do, but not much. Mustard greens to me are just a flavor. You do a little bit of a hot sauce. Well, not really hot sauce. It's pepper sauce. I mean, you just take pepper, like, you know, the cayennes, stuff a bottle full of them, fill it with vinegar, a little bit of garlic, maybe some black peppercorn. Let it set for a couple weeks. Pour that over your greens or green beans or anything like that. Oh, it's tasty. It's good flavor. And got just enough okra for a mess, because we only eat, like, I'll grill them, we'll pickle a few, but we don't eat a lot of them. They're not a staple. They're more of a, okay, cool, it's cool to have. Oh, what the hell? Oh wait, no, I did that. Okay, I thought something ate that. No, that's where I trimmed out the greens. They're her. I'm an idiot. Okay, so then we have basil. We have banana peppers. We have bell peppers. Well, wait, there's a bell pepper snuck into this batch. Banana peppers should all be over here, and those should all be bell peppers down there. Then we have, let's see, that was, no, wait, no, that's sage down there. This is going to be regular basil, and I think we got some Thai basil or holy basil at the end of the tomato rows. And I think that might be ready to pick. Oh yeah, we got a couple that are ready. So there's our gardening update. As things go and change, I'll keep posting pictures and videos and let y'all see what's going on. And if anybody's got any questions of how-tos or what kind of stuff that I do or composting, or just holler. Send me a message, send me an email. I am more than happy to answer questions. But okay, till like maybe next week. Catch you later. Bye.